It's time to help a lover out. Kindly subscribe to this channel for more contents. How to save a long-distance relationship and avoid breakup. Long-distance relationships can be difficult. Perhaps you are getting discouraged and wondering if you should give up on it. But you need to know that there is always a way to save your long-distance relationship and avoid breakup. Long-distance relationships have always existed in one form or another. In past times they usually came about because the man had to go off to war or had to leave the home to find work. These people made their relationship work when the only form of communication was letters that took weeks or months to reach their destination. If they can make it work then, you can make it work now. You just need the proper information on how to save your long-distance relationship. Use technology to stay connected. To keep a relationship alive, you need to communicate on a daily basis. Text, phone calls, and emails are all good ways to do this, but Skype or another video chat service is important. When you have a conversation through text or even on the phone, you miss an important aspect of communication. Being able to look someone in the eye and see their facial expression allows you to communicate more effectively. It also helps keep the attraction alive. Love letters are romantic. It may seem pointless when there are so many easier ways to communicate, but that is part of the point. Taking the time to write an actual letter lets your significant other know they are important, and you will think harder about what you want to write as well. Make it romantic. Tell them why you love them and how much you miss them. I guarantee you they will save your letter much longer than your texts or emails. Visit each other when you are trying to save your long-distance relationship. Seeing each other in person can make a huge difference. Actually being together and doing things helps strengthen your bond and reminds you why you fell in love in the first place. The more you visit each other, the easier it is to keep the relationship alive when you aren't together. Once a month is a good goal, although this will depend on your individual circumstances. However often you do visit, make it count. Set aside everything you can and spend time together. Make memories that will help sustain you when you aren't together. Have a plan. This is crucial to saving your long-distance relationship. No one wants to be in a long-distance relationship forever, and if you don't have a plan in place, it can feel like you are doomed to spend eternity in long-distance limbo. The reality is one of these things will eventually happen. They move to where you are, you move to where they are, both of you move somewhere new, you break up. You need to discuss the circumstances and make some sort of plan for the long term, or your relationship will eventually fail. Be honest. It is much easier to hide things in a long-distance relationship. They only know what you choose to tell them because they aren't there. Honesty is important in any relationship, but even more so in a long-distance relationship. When I say honesty, I don't just mean don't lie. You need to be open and honest about your thoughts, feelings, and goals for the future. Trust. The fact that it is easier to be deceitful in a long-distance relationship makes trust even more important. This may cause you to be angry for no reason, or to text or call them constantly because you are insecure. If you have issues trusting your significant other, ask yourself why. If it is because people have betrayed you in the past, you will have to learn to move on from it. If it is something your significant other has done to break your trust, you have two choices. Either forgive them and move on, or forget them and move on. Do things together when you aren't together. Yes, you read that right. Find activities that you both enjoy that you can participate in at the same time while you talk on the phone or Skype. This helps to create the bond that naturally forms when you do things as a couple. You could look up at the stars, enjoy a glass of wine, or even cook yourself a nice meal. Your imagination is the limit here. The point is, whatever you are doing, do it together. You should do this at least once a week, maybe more, to help save your long-distance relationship. Have an adult conversation. We are adults, and most of us have certain biological needs. Some of the big questions that need to be answered are we exclusive? Is it permissible to do it ourselves? It also helps you to set boundaries in your relationship. It is a big mistake to assume these things are understood without talking about them, especially when it comes to being exclusive. Boundaries and limits. Boundaries are another thing that has to be discussed. You need to be on the same page about what behavior is okay and what isn't. You don't want to find out you're sitting at home on a Friday night because you believe you shouldn't go out without your partner, only to find out later they were out partying. Conclusion: follow these tips, and you can save your long-distance relationship. Like any relationship, they are hard work, but if it is the right relationship, they are worth every bit of it. It's definitely good to stay connected with your partner throughout the week. When you're in a long-distance relationship, you can sometimes overdo it, which can actually create problems. If the relationship is committed and healthy, you shouldn't feel the need to stay constantly in touch. After all, if you were in the same place, you wouldn't spend 24 hours a day together, Helston says. Space, both physical and virtual, is critical in any relationship. When you aren't texting your partner constantly, you are able to stay independent and value the times that you do talk even more. Not asking for attention when you need it. We often think that our partners should automatically know that we want them to make more time for us, Helston says. However, all too often we fail to pick up on the signals. While it's not wise to talk with your partner constantly, communication is definitely vital for a healthy long-distance relationship, so if you don't ask for attention when you need it, the relationship might deteriorate. Physical signals are often only visible in person, so it isn't surprising if your loved one doesn't realize the way you feel, she says. If you want to share more of your partner's time, talk to them about it. Not scheduling fun virtual dates. When you're in an in-person relationship, you get to build plenty of fun memories with your partner by doing things like going to the opening night showing of a movie, cooking dinner together, or playing board games long into the night. We become closer to others through spending time with them, and a great way to do this is through some kind of activity. Dr. Alicia Powell, PhD, LCSW, a therapist and social worker, tells Bustle. Long distance makes it more challenging, but watching movies, having dinner together, or video chatting while doing the same activity can increase emotionally. Neglecting your own lives. Too much of a good thing can sometimes be a problem. For example, if you're working to create a healthy relationship with your long-distance partner, you might devote most of your free time to chatting with them in an attempt to stay close. But in any relationship, you need to take care of yourself as well as your partnership. Sometimes it's hard to balance relationships with people in close proximity to you with your long-distance relationship, Powell says. It's important for both partners to have their own lives so that they won't end up resenting each other. Kindly subscribe to this channel for more content like this. Thanks for watching.